guys, I'm Kasha. Welcome to the channel, to the Wonderland. It is again coffee time, and today I'm bringing you a quick Top 5 Wednesday. So today's topic is top 5 largest books that you have on your TBR. Now, to be fair, in this TBR I've only chosen one Stephen King book because else I could do a top 5 just on Stephen King books that I still need to read. So the first one I'm gonna mention is going to be the Stephen King book so that we can get that out of the way, and that is Sleeping Beauties by Stephen King and Owen King. And this is a thriller that I really want to read before the end of 2018, and I hope to be able to because it's a chunk of a book. So this book is exactly a total of 713 pages. Pretty standard for Stephen King. And what I love about this book is the story is super intriguing. Basically, there is a virus that is affecting only women, and when women fall asleep, they cannot be awakened again. They're basically in this kind of cocoon, and if you wake them up, they become this very feral, very violent person, and they don't know what's causing this, they don't know why this is happening. However, in a small town, in a jail facility, the women there start to fall asleep and go into this cocoon, except one, and they don't know why she's not being affected by this virus. I love this premise, I love this story, and I'm really excited to read it. I just have not had time to get to it, but hopefully I will very soon. Next, we have the second book on the All Souls trilogy by Deborah Harkness, and that is this beautiful book. It is called Shadow of Night, and like I said, it is the second one of All Souls trilogy, and the first book was A Discovery of Witches. A lot of people have been talking about this trilogy now because A Discovery of Witches has been made into a series, and actually I just read today that it has already been renewed for season 2 and 3 because it has such a good acceptance, which makes me happy because I just want to finish this trilogy and then watch the series. I just don't want to start them even though I've already read the first book. I want to wait to read the whole trilogy before I go into the series. I'm that kind of weird person that I'd rather have still the image of the characters that I had of them in my head before I then go into the series. Because if I watch a series first, it's very hard for me to take this image of every character out of my mind and then get my own, and that kind of bothers me. I hope that made sense. In the first book, we follow Diana Bishop, and she comes from a family of witches, but all her life she has fought not to use her witch powers. She believes her parents were killed because they were witches, so she doesn't want to have anything to do with witches or powers. However, one day while she was at the library, she calls a manuscript that has a very specific spell on it, and she's able to break this spell and read the original pages of that book. After that, she just puts the manuscript away. She doesn't want to have to do anything with it, but she doesn't know that everything has already been set in motion. So strange people and creatures start appearing in her life and everything changes. I like about this book that it has witches, but it also includes vampires, and everything is really well done, and you get to know also a lot of backstory from each character, so you are really invested in the story and you really love the characters. I wish I would have had time to read book 2 and 3 of the trilogy this year, but let's be honest, that's not gonna happen, so I'm gonna have to finish this trilogy next year. And this book has a total of 577 pages. The next book, it's a book that I actually got some time ago, and I still don't know when I'm ever gonna have time to read this because it's so big, but that is The Lumineers by Eleanor Catton. All I know about this is that it is about some men that meet to discuss some unsolved crimes that have been happening, and it had good reviews, and I saw this one on a secondhand store and it was pretty good condition for a big hardcover, so I just picked it up and it's been there on my shelves ever since. And this baby has a total of 826 pages. Oh my god, good lord. Yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna get to this. No, 832 pages. This is a very big book. So I'm hoping it's gonna be good because once I start this, I want to finish it. I want to give it, you know, a fair go. And it says here it's the winner of the Man Booker Prize of 2013, so I'm super late reading this book. But anyways, we'll see when I get time to read this book. I don't even know if I'm gonna get to it on 2019. I know, shame on me. but I'm still gonna keep it because I like the premise of the book and I would like to read it at some point. If any of you have already read this book, let me know down below if it's any good and if it's worth reading those 832 pages. The next book, it is a book about superheroes and by one of the authors that I really enjoy, and that is Renegades by Marissa Meyer. So I really love the Lunar Chronicles, and when Marissa Meyer was releasing a new book and it has to do with superheroes, I knew I had to buy it. Actually, Arch Enemies, the second book, has already been released, so I am kind of torn, like should I start this now, should I wait till next year? I don't know, but because I still have a lot that I have to read before the end of the year that has a little bit more of priority, I think this one is going to have to be moved to 2019. In this book, we follow the renegades, and those are humans with some specific abilities and powers, and they're supposed to bring peace to a crumbled society, a crumbled world with villains. And I'm just excited about it because I really enjoyed writing in the Lunar Chronicles, so I'm excited to see what she does with superheroes since I'm also a superhero fan in general. And the last book that I have to show you, it's one of those that I keep on talking about that I have to read, but I still haven't. And that is Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. And I know I need to get to this book because it has to do with magic and it has such good reviews, but I still have not had the time. All I know about this is that we live in a world where magic is being kind of persecuted, so magic is kind of eliminated, and there's a group of people that are trying to bring the magic back. I hope that was accurate because I just don't want to know way too much about books, so sometimes I don't know too much about them before I go into the book. So all I know is that this has to do with reclaiming magic and that it's fantastic, so I have to read it. Alright you guys, so these were my 5 largest books that I have on my TBR. Let me know down below which are the biggest chunks that you still have on your TBR. Thanks so much for watching you guys. Give the video a thumbs up for support, subscribe to the channel, all my other social media, you can find it in the description down below, and I hope to see you all in the next coffee time. Bye!